Ndinoda kuti nyika isiwe vanhu vangu inguva yedu hatingatadzi kubudirira Mwari ari parutivi pedu rambai muchirwa 'Cause my hitters gon' die, don't die, and real hitters gon' shine and my people gon' line 'cause we're born to win, yeah. I ain't saying
and the hell do I not have a deal? I swear this thing is a real dog. I play it fan off, the cowards that they can't feel. The wife try to console me like it's coming, baby, chill. She don't understand. I'm the only one that's real. I remember the 3rd grade. Them kids, they had waves. I had them BDBs. You know that Zimbabwean grade. So they do shades and your boy hit the stage. Press play and all the chicks was like, yeah. While boys was moving bricks, I was moving chips. Yeah. If she gave me calculus, gave her a mouthful of it. Heat rose to this thing, boy, I bet on myself.
Grand Rising, everybody. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I'm so elated about this terrific Tuesday I have on the books for y'all. You know, there's so much great work happening, and I always get excited when this platform can help to share those stories. So I'm excited because my guest in the building, I got my brother Bookie Gates is here, and also one of the young players from Baseball Beyond Borders, DJ, is joining us. They're going to be sharing with us an upcoming partnership, something that is in the works right now, already there with the Mariners and EL1 Sports. I'm so glad that they're here to share this amazing opportunity with all of us. And then I get to wrap up the show with Jaquay Holiday. And if you're wondering, yes, Holiday as in my cousin. I'm so excited that he is here. He's been doing some great work in the community, and I'm gonna tell y'all, he's got some real specialty skills. So I keep hearing his name out here, and I was like, you gotta come on. We gotta share what you do. So I'm so glad that they are all here to join me today. But of course, it is the top of the show, y'all. So it's a great time to tag and share the stream. That's right. Go ahead, tag and share the stream with folks you feel could benefit from a daily dose of dopeness right here on The Day with Trae. If you can't watch us, you can always listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network, The Day with Trae. Y'all find me on Google, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Apple Music, whichever one is your favorite, you name it. You search for us, you'll find us there. Shout out to everybody who is listening right now. We appreciate you sharing the podcast out there because we are getting podcast listeners from all over the globe. And that's because y'all are out there sharing. So thank you so much for doing that. Well, I'm excited. We get to talk about Baseball Beyond Borders oftentimes, but every time the excitement abounds. What's up, Bookie and DJ? How are y'all today? Yeah, it's so good to see you both back here. DJ, you were here when we first got into this space. Mm-hmm. We were just talking about the fact that when y'all signed the guest wall, there was like hardly no signatures over there yet. But you have been growing with Baseball Beyond Borders, and I really want to hear some of the things that you've been able to experience.
I've been able to experience just like meeting some new players and getting the chance to be in other facilities like EL1 and Big League Edge, and just being able to like share my growth and share with other kids like how I've been doing and see some old teammates I haven't seen in a while since I've been also playing basketball.
Wow. Well, Bookie, this partnership with the Mariners and EL1 Sports, I mean, this is really about opening up access, right? And really that representation of young Black players in the game. Tell us more about what this partnership means to Baseball Beyond Borders.
Yeah, it means everything. I think it's a first step in the right direction, as I continue to say, that we finally now have a place we can call home. It's been a long time coming, our 15 years of existence where we've always been displaced, right? Not having a place to allow our kids to grow and one, be welcomed, right? Feel a sense of belonging when they walk into a space. Now this partnership with the Seattle Mariners and the Mariners Training Centers and EL1 Sports is going to create that space for belonging and for that behavior to now be modeled for others who also may be having indoor facility spaces and outdoor spaces can begin to embrace community.
Yeah, this is important. And I know it's really important for us here at Converge Media. Of course, we were on the scene when the news of this partnership broke. Take a look.
One of the definitions of team, which is a group of individuals with complementing skills that's required to complete a task or goal. So we kind of look at that as kind of how we've set this up and seeing who are the individuals, which organizations we partner with that have complementing skills to really complete that tasking goal of equitable access to all these kids.
I think a tangible goal that I know we want to see is that kids have access to playing the game, right? More and more kids are participating and getting engaged in baseball and softball efforts. It's going to be an important step to not only focus on our kids, but also to look at how we can empower coaches and really use that and use the EL1 model as a resource point to develop our coaching staff and make sure that we continue to have the representation so that those kids who are our target market, they also see themselves in this game. This RBI regional tournament is the platform that allows these kids to take their game to that next level and to compete at high levels.
The true core of what EL1 is and who we are is collaboration, right? And so we wanted to unite the baseball and softball communities for years. And again, to partner with the Mariners to do that with their brand, their history, and this excitement around the team. And everyone's come together.
We saw that the market was extremely fragmented. The costs were through the roof. We believed that there was a more efficient and a better way to do it. We saw lots of volunteers that are well-intended and great people that lack resources, bandwidth to execute in their communities. And so we decided to build something in service to that. So we actually offer many back office services programs to really support organizations from the Little League level all the way through training facilities. So partnering with the Mariners and having 5 training centers is just the beginning. We're actually providing access through our mobile program as well. I believe we have almost 90 events scheduled throughout that 5-state region to bring baseball and the Mariners to these communities that might not have access to make it to one of these facilities.
We want to bring everyone inside, metaphorically, and just from a standpoint of making sure that everyone has access and opportunities to come and be a part of the training centers.
Our commitment to Baseball Beyond Borders is to work with them from the beginning. We want them to be a part of what we're doing, and that's why they're here right now. So we can do this from the start. There's no misconceptions. There's no misunderstandings. We walk through this and we're aligned, not just as EL1, but the Mariners Training Centers, the Mariners, and then with Baseball Beyond Borders. So this is the first step in the right direction that allows inclusivity in our practice to be able to really build upon our baseball and softball model within Baseball Beyond Borders and ensure that communities are centered and that they have the direct access to be able to create a sense of belonging. I think it's important that they now have a power of place that they can go be who they want to become. And this partnership, this collaboration, this team effort that I think EL1, Seattle Mariners, and Baseball Beyond Borders is moving towards is going to be a catalyst to help really increase baseball and softball access here in our region.
Wow. These kinds of partnerships are so necessary, but also so powerful. And for me, I'm seeing this concept and notion of belonging, which you were just speaking about. You also speak about it there. DJ, how have you been able to really, experience what they mean when they say belonging? Now, some of these spaces are open up to you. How has that impacted your mind frame and your framework for how you approach the game?
I think it's impacted me in a very big way just because when I feel like I need to go out and work on my game, I want to go to some random field and feel like, okay, if this isn't open tomorrow, then I won't be able to keep that grind going. If this ain't going to happen, if this place is not safe, how I'm going to get better. But with EL1, the Mariners, I feel like I have a safe and helpful place where I can learn and expand my game every single day. I don't feel like my ability to help myself and work on my game is limited to just maybe one day out of the week or one day out of a year even. So that might be a little dramatic, but it's possible if people just only have one place or people are just going to just little parks to work, because it's open to everybody and not everybody's safe in the public when they want to work on their game.
Yeah. No, it's true. And what you're speaking about is really you sharing your lived experience out here. We talk about it a lot. Bookie, this has been a long time coming. Baseball Beyond Borders has been in existence for some time, but the ideas of what you all have been working to establish, these kind of partnerships really are helping to actualize a lot of those ideas. When you look at, the beginning of Baseball Beyond Borders and you see where it is today, give us, some explanation of how that's landing with you.
It's I can't even explain it. Because every year is a new year and then something new is happening within the organization. And I think if it's not for people like DJ and JT Wayne and others who continue to share their feelings about where they want to go, we're just really trying to build up our younger generation. And that's how we model, right? We model the behavior that we want to see. And I think their voices from the inception, right, from the very beginning, saying that we need a place, we want to train, we want to get better, that continued to drive us to really try to cultivate the relationships that we needed. And it's important. I'm thankful for Jamil Canty and Aaron Troyer there with EL1 Sports, because he said it in that video. He said, we wanted to do this from the beginning. We didn't want to create something and then ultimately bring Baseball Beyond Borders in, which is typically what we often are focused on, right? It's the colonizing approach. That I think we are so far familiar with, but they actually turned that tide. They said, no, we're going to start from the beginning. And so now we're in a space where we can really create the inclusivity that we desire to have and to see. And it's not just solely going to focus on our young kings. It's going to also show representation from the sport when it comes to coaches. Because even when you do go into spaces like that, you still may not see the people that look like you. And so we have to begin to also raise that tide to ensure that African-American men and women have access to sport of baseball and softball. And it's not just seen in our youth, it's actually seen in our adults.
Yeah, that representation is key. And I also think a lot of that is, number one, intentionality. And for the young folks, it's the exposure, right? I mean, you all at Baseball Beyond Borders have been like, we need to expose them to what this looks like professionally. DJ, I know now you have some opportunities on board because of this. Help share that with the folks.
Well, yeah, recently I have gotten an offer to play at a HBCU called I'm blanking now already. Mississippi Valley State University. And I had a great talk with Coach Barney, and that trip that we had later last year to the South kind of helped me get an understanding of what it would be like to live over there and play baseball over there. And even though it's pretty hot over there, I feel like I'd be better connected with my people of color and just kind of get a better understanding of how it feels just to play with my people, especially because it's the HBCU. And pretty much so throughout my life, I've been playing on select teams with majority of white people, especially on one of the teams I play on now. It's kind of like, it's just I'm the only black kid. So I think it's very special for me to get that experience to play with other black kids that also have the talent that I have and kind of have been through the same things.
Oh, look, now that right there. Yeah, that's huge. Congratulations, DJ. That is huge because a lot of this is, you wouldn't have any idea of what that looks like if you all didn't go down south. And I know, Bookie, this is kind of exciting too, because now other people are able to see that whole spiel, what y'all did. They're able to see all of that effort poured in a whole other way. I'm going to let you talk on that.
Yeah, so if for those that don't know, Reconciliation Tour, Converge Media was able to follow along, and we have a documentary film that came out. It is yet to be in the public eye. However, if you are on an Alaska Airlines flight, you do have the ability to watch the Reconciliation Tour premiere in their in-flight entertainment, and that is streamed across all flights in the U.S. I don't know if it's global, but however, it's still an opportunity for you to witness that. And that's obviously the only public space that we can get into. But I believe at the end of this month, we are looking to release the Reconciliation Tour. And we'll be going back down for the Reconciliation Tour 2023.
Come on now. I mean, hey, snaps all around. I'm so grateful for the partnership of Converge Media being able to really help wield the story in a way that allows everyone to experience it. Kudos to you and your whole team at Baseball Beyond Borders, Bookie. Congratulations, DJ. I'm so glad you were able to come back here. Now you see my living room set. It's your home. Whenever you figure out what your next step is, we're going to have to celebrate you there as well. And you already know, brother, anytime, Baseball Beyond Borders has something amazing going on, let us know. I'm so glad that we've been able to be a part of your story really from early on and continuing that story and continuing that coverage. Thanks so much for being with me today, both of you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, y'all. I told you it's going to be great. What a terrific Tuesday we already have in the books. I am excited because this terrificness is going to continue with Jaquay Holiday. Y'all know him. If y'all have seen him out there, he's like, what's up, fools? Good morning, fools. He got y'all. Stay tuned after this short break so we can hear all the great things he has going on. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Prosperity in Black America. What will this require? Is Black business prospering? Are we reaching women and minority-owned businesses? How do we achieve earning parity for wealth for our families? Do our children really have access to education? Will our families have choices for our children? Prison pipelines, mass incarceration, tearing our families apart. A healthcare system not accessible to the masses. The disproportionate termination of Black women from corporate America. When will we actually begin to address what's really at play? How do Black people gain more power to help make these changes? This requires a lot of political will and courage. I'm that provocateur of change. I am Cindy Bright. Welcome to Heartbeat.
This winter, Seattle Opera presents the world premiere of 1,000 Splendid Suns. Based on the best-selling novel by Khaled Hosseini, this new opera tells the breathtaking story of two Afghan women brought together under the brutal Taliban rule. There has never been a more important time for this story to be on stage. Make this world premiere part of your plans today. Don't miss 1,000 Splendid Suns, February 25th through March 11th at McCall Hall. Details at seattleopera.org.
What's up, everybody? Trae Holiday here, and I'm so excited that Converge Media is doing a Black History Month takeover at the iconic Sankofa Theater. That's right, we're going to be looking back to look forward in this amazing space as we curate our own segments of Black history with our friends there at Sankofa Theater. Shout out to our partners, Friends of Waterfront Seattle, the Elite Collective, and the Vita Agency for joining us on this amazing journey. Of course, the whole Converge family is going to be in the building February 20th through the 24th. Y'all do not want to miss these segments. Join us and can't wait to see you there. Welcome back to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I'm so excited because, you know, I tell y'all about what it means for us to be so intentional and to hear that example from DJ himself. I mean, he just shared as he was leaving the studio today that, you know, going to the reconciliation tour, being down south was life-changing for him, you know, as a young man who had never been exposed to as the brilliance of, you know, sports from a Black lens. That for me is everything. So y'all know already the inspiration is foundationally set for this episode, but it's going to continue because Jaquay Holiday is joining me right now on my set. What's up, cousin?
Man,
how are you?
Come on, I'm great, man. How you doing?
You can just speak it.
Oh, look, right. Look, I forgot we had the mic in my hand.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Hey, you know, I am amazing. And I have, you know, obviously grown up with you, but really seeing you just do your thing in the community. And your name keeps popping up like, oh, man, yeah, he did my thing. Oh, wait, he did my shoes.
Right, that's good.
Man,
that's
you
good.
know, we got T-Dub here who's doing the first, like,
shout out to T-Dub, man. Shout out to T-Dub,
yeah, the
man.
first
Good people.
dry cleaner for shoes. And it's like, you've been doing this work for a long time. I want you to talk about, you know, how you really got started in like shoe restoration and customization.
Really, so what we in 2023 right now? So 2012 was when I really hopped in and started taking seriously. So what happened was I back up. I mean, I've been doing collecting Jordans forever, man. That's really been my thing, really since like 97. So that's been my thing. And so it came to a point where I was like, I had a couple pairs, you know, that kind of ran down, and I was just like when people were showing up on the internet doing things, and I was like, okay, I'm about to send this off. And I was back and forth about it, man. I don't really know this person, man. You know, yeah, we talk on Instagram, but you know, they look clear across the country. I don't know if I can trust them to send my shoes there. So the money I was going to pay them, I was like, you know what? I'm going to just hop online. I'm going to buy the materials and I'm going to start practicing myself. And that turned into something that I would have never envisioned. Like I never would have thought, if you would have asked me 11 years ago, hey, would you be, I wouldn't even thought about that, like at all. So I started doing my stuff, posting on my social networks. I'm like, hey, you should do mine. I'm like, nah. I was telling people, nah, I ain't doing it. Nah. And it got to a point I was like, man, maybe we got something going on here. And here we are 11 years later, and it just it's blossomed. You know, every year I've gotten better. You know, I've honed my skills, man. There's things I look at and like, you did that? I was like, okay. I said, ooh, I didn't know how to do this at this point in time, but I know how to do this now. So just watching it grow, but looking back and certain things like, okay, it's been a journey. It's been a journey to say the least.
Well, I'm excited because I've actually got to see your shop at the house, right? And I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize that it was that, extensive. I mean, I think a lot of people who are like outside of it just think, oh, you got a brush, you're cleaning it up, but you're like, you had materials, you were like stitching things in. I mean, you have learned how to do this in such a great way that now people are seeking you out. How does that feel to hear some of the responses of some folks who have utilized your services be like, whoa, bro, like these are now a game changer?
Man, to the point, man, like there's so much work that goes into it. So, and you get your growing pains when you're going through business, man. So when I first got in, I definitely bit off more than I can chew, man, because once I really started, it's intricate work. So anybody that does this work, that, shout out to T-Dub, shout out to Rex, my God, man, both of these, it's tedious work. It's really tedious work. And so when I got into it, I didn't know what I was getting into for the things I had to do. All the materials that having the right materials, the right product, depending on what kind of material you're using. You're working on suede, are you working on leather, are you working on nubuck? Oh, you can't use that with this. I've learned all this stuff the hard way. Oh, you shouldn't use this chemical without gloves. Your skin's all messed up. I've learned this stuff the hard way. Yeah. And so from then till now, like I said, I look back and it's just amazing seeing some work that I've done, the people that have worked with me, the people that have had patience. Man, there's people, people that have, hey man, it's taking me a little longer than I thought, man. I hit a curve with some trying to figure this out. It's beautiful to me. It's all part of the journey. And I appreciate the people for trusting me. You didn't have to come to me. You don't have to trust me. And I think that, me just being in the part of the sneaker world and the sneaker community, because our sneaker community here in Seattle is huge. It's huge, man. And I've really been a part of this culture for a very, very, very long time, pre-internet days, so people just might not even know my name. All that's to do with all the J's, man, just off the rip. And so I think that kind of helped my business a lot, because I was like, I always kept my stuff clean. I was like, well, if I'm gonna take my shoes to anybody, I'm gonna take them to Quay, and then to see other people rising up, coming in, doing their thing, like I said, T-Dub and Rex are filthy when it really comes. Like, I don't draw, okay, man. I can color inside the lines. I know chemicals. That's what I get. I get. But when you could have drawn and putting the art on there, like, I reached out to them. Okay, hey, I got a piece, man. I might need you to collaborate on, because that ain't me. But everything else, man, I know how to make it work, and so. It's been amazing looking back, man. Here I'm 11 years later, and just like, there's still so much that I'm learning right now. There's new things that I'm always taking on and getting better at.
Well, I didn't know that it had been 11 years for you. I just feel like forever you've been doing it, right? And so I was telling T-Dub, I'm like, man, my cousin's into that. And so when she's like, oh yeah, I'm opening up Resole and it's about to be the first dry cleaner for sneakers, I was like, you've got to be kidding. There's such an industry for it. Yeah. And you always show up. I mean, you're always looking fly, man, right? Like that's probably something that, our family, look.
Listen, when you feel good, when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you do better, man. That's all it is. Come on.
That's right. And so I even said to myself today, I said, look, all right, Quay is coming on. I got to make sure I got my stuff in line. I got to keep myself right. Yeah, but, it's one of those things that you are absolutely right. As people experience you out there doing that and showing it off on your own self, then they know, like, okay, I can come to him. And I love being able to see the collaboration with you and KJ here, our
that's
guy.
My man. Yeah, that's my man.
At Debonair Decor. And tell us a bit about that too, because y'all obviously have known each other for a minute, and then bam, he got Debonair Decor. Yeah. And the next thing I know, your stuff is in there.
Man, so what happened, man, I've met Cage over the years, man, just being around the city and being places. And I'm like, man, my man's, he's always dipped. I'll be fly too. And I'm like, I'll be seeing him out, be at the games or in the community. And so we kind of just built a relationship through that. And it kind of just grew genuinely through that part. And once he got Debonair Decor down at Pacific Place, man, he was like, bro, you can put some pieces up in here. I said, at first it was just like, hey, let me just, I can meet some customers down here. And I did some work for KJ also. So when he first opened up, when he did his first pop-up shop, I did these custom sixes for him. And I blew myself away, because I was like, it was the first time I really did something like that. And he was like, here, this is what I want. And, he's very particular, and, about his appearance. My man, high fashion, know? Yeah. So he was very particular. Man, this is what I got. I wanted to match this. I want to do. And so many steps and so many materials went into that. making that shoe for him, man. But when I did that, that kind of kicked it to another level. So once he got down there, he was like, hey man, why don't you come do some things down there? So I had I sell a couple things here and there, but I got my t-shirts and stuff, and and I got shoes that I let go of here and there when I'm like, okay, I'm running out of room. Let me get rid of a couple of these things. So I'll throw some stuff up in the shop, but mainly he knows where to meet customers at and working on shoes, man. He blessed me with opportunity. Hey, bro, just, set up. So I got a setup down there. So I keep a setup at home, but I got a setup down there also. But it's also a place where I can meet customers, and people need to come down there and see that space, man. A lot of people still don't know about that space, man. And that's a dope space, man. There's dope things in there. And, KJ, man, he's a genuine dude, man. And our relationship, man, has grown over the years, man. That's really my guy.
Yeah, I love seeing this kind of collaboration in our community, and particularly, when it's like folks from here, like showing love and showing support for each other in such a genuine way. It's so great to see all of this, and kudos to you, cousin, for sticking with it, because you really do have such an amazing talent and skill with it. And I appreciate, you learning things the hard way, because now, all of your customers are able to benefit from the dedication and the effort, the amount of hours that you have poured into this craft. I already know it is very serious.
I say shout out, and I saw like a shout out again to Rex and T-Dub, man, because like you had mentioned earlier, saying people can actually come, she's opening the shoe dry cleaning shop. There's more shoes than there is hands of people that really do this. And I've seen people try it, come in and out, come on and get some tips and stuff. All right, cool. But I know that, once you really, because it happened to me, once you really get into it and you hit something like, dang, I don't know if I can do this, or if I know how to do this, or man, because I've had to replace people's shoes. I've had to give people money back. I had to mess some stuff up, or I've taken some hard lessons over the years with this. So the people that that stick with it, that came up, man, after a while and stuck with it, that's kudos to commend that, because that's hard work. And so the people like you said, it was, hey man, it's just a little scratch or something. Nah, man, let me see it first before you try to make an assessment, man. Let you know right now.
Don't get me in under the trenches.
Yeah, man.
This is why I told T-Dub too, because when I realized this, I'm like, when I have a really great pair of shoes that I love, I don't be wanting to let them go. And I was just the other day going through my bin of shoes, and I was like, I'm gonna have to give it my cousin, because I was thinking about you. I was like, I'm gonna have to give my cousin. And there's some that I like my very first hidden wedge sneakers. They were these Pumas. I've not let them go, but I know that you could do something dope with them, right? And like restore them. And the idea of recycling and cycling up is huge right now. People don't want to throw away everything because we are so wasteful in this country. So there's a whole other movement that I think really uplifts the work that you and others are doing in this space. So kudos to you for sticking it out. Because I mean, of course, if folks out here need to get with Quay, get your services, they want to come and meet you, let them know right there how they connect with you.
Hey man, it's at BroBro Fresh across all platforms, across all networks. You guys can reach me. I'm also at Debonair Decor. You guys come through, man. That's in Pacific Place. I know a lot of folks don't come through there, but we the only flavor in that place, man. So come down, check us out, man, because I'm down there. You can drop your shoes off. You can do drop off pickups, man. You pick you up some gear while you're there. But again, it's BroBro Fresh across all platforms, man. Get at me.
Oh, amazing. Kudos to you. I'm so glad that we are related by blood.
Come on.
Because you out here looking fly. You represent nice.
Look at us, man. Come on, man. It's a holiday thing, man. Talk to me nice.
So much for joining me. Absolutely. Hey, y'all, I told you it was going to be a terrific Tuesday in the works. And of course, I get to wrap it all up right after this short break. Stay tuned, y'all. You're watching The Day with Trae.
This winter, Seattle Opera presents the world premiere of 1,000 Splendid Suns. Based on the best-selling novel by Khaled Hosseini, this new opera tells the breathtaking story of two Afghan women brought together under the brutal Taliban rule. There has never been a more important time for this story to be on stage. Make this world premiere part of your plans today. Don't miss 1,000 Splendid Suns, February 25th through March 11th at McCall Hall. Details at seattleopera.org.
What's up, everybody? Trae Holiday here, and I'm so excited that Converge Media is doing a Black History Month takeover at the iconic Sankofa Theater. That's right, we're going to be looking back to look forward in this amazing space as we curate our own segments of Black history with our friends there at Sankofa Theater. Shout out to our partners, Friends of Waterfront Seattle, the Elite Collective, and the Vita Agency for joining us on this amazing journey. Of course, the whole Converge family is going to be in the building February 20th through the 24th. Y'all do not want to miss these segments. Join us and can't wait to see you there. Welcome back, everybody, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. What a terrific Tuesday. I got to, of course, give a huge shout out to my guests, DJ and Bookie from Baseball Beyond Borders. So great to hear, DJ being here and sharing how all of this work that has been put in by Baseball Beyond Borders when it comes to the reconciliation tour, when it comes to these partnerships with the Mariners and EL1 Sports. So great to hear that he is a recipient of all that hard work, and he was able to really share with us how that exposure and that intentionality has really benefited his life, and for him to really see himself in the sport of baseball. It's just a beautiful story all around. So kudos to the entire Baseball Beyond Borders team for the work and dedication that they have brought to this community and beyond. And of course, shout out to Jaquay Holiday, man. BroBro Fresh on all platforms, as he said. Make sure y'all reach out to him if you need those custom kicks, if you need some restoration, he can do all of that for you. And he just shared with us that he learned the hard way, but it's to your benefit. And of course, for me, I'm inspired by these stories, y'all. I mean, we are showcasing that it doesn't matter what your skill set or talent is. When you do something with it, when you bring it out to the public, when you connect with others in your community to have these collaborations and open up partnerships and accessibility and a sense of belonging to people in your community, trust and believe there are those who are feeling that work. So of course, I want y'all to be inspired to see yourself as a part of the solution, as all of my guests have today. And for me, y'all, until tomorrow at 11 a.m. Peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.